Hello, and welcome to Recapping with Delora
and Ashley.
Please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Recapping Podcast.
Also, rate, review, and subscribe to our show on your favorite podcast platform. We're on all the things.
We want to hear your thoughts on the movies and shows we review.
Leave us a comment on Apple Podcasts or our YouTube channel, and we will read them during the show.
Or reach out to us on social media. We love talking all things entertainment and pop culture with you.
Thank you guys so much for listening.
Thank you. Hello, Ashley.
Hello. What's going on?
You know, I am blessed and highly favored. I'm laughing because we know how stressed it can be. We don't always put it on the mic, but things are happening in the world as a whole, in our lives. And I'm just grateful to have this opportunity to talk about some fun stuff, you know?
Absolutely. How are you adjusting to the daylight savings time that we just went through over the weekend?
No, thank you. No one asked for it. I already made it my goal for 2025 to shoot for that, coveted 8 hours, right? She's messing up my plans. You know what I mean? So
you're also an early riser, so
I am. So you want me to get up earlier?
I mean, it has been nice having an extra hour in the evenings. I'm not gonna hold y'all, but I am loving it. And it's getting nicer outside weather-wise, period. And that has lifted my whole spirit.
So I will say this, yes, the sun is out. I am grateful for it. It is energizing, right?
Yes.
But it's just, it's a rough transition. I think I might have to just be a 5 a.m. girly. I might have to do that and just keep it so that I am able to weather the storm because I need the time.
I feel like it's definitely going to be taken away, removed from our calendars at some point because they've talked about it even in the government as much of a shit show as that is. But the only impact it's really had on me is with work because I work with people from different time zones.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, now we have to figure this out because now your meeting is an hour later on my calendar and you're saying this doesn't work for your team. Well, you're in Arizona. You're in a weird spot. I don't know what to tell you. Like, my calendar adjusted, my Zooms adjusted. We got to get this figured out. So that was the only little bit of a headache. But otherwise, I have to be honest, I'm loving it. And for some reason, my body woke me up right when that time change happened. So I literally went and got up out of bed, set my clock so I would be on the right track in the morning and didn't have to immediately look at my phone. I don't know. My body was just like, all right, let's do it. Like I was ready this year, I guess. I was ready. Let's go. Get this daylight savings thing in and let's move on.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, maybe at that 5 a.m., I can't do it, but God bless you.
I'm inspired. I recently saw an interview where Issa says she gets up at 4.
I was
it. Like, you go, sis. You go. I am a 6 a.m. girly right now, but maybe I need to get up a little bit earlier just to make my day even more efficient.
If these 4:30 a.m. wake up times are the key to success, I'm not gonna make it because y'all don't understand. I love my sleep. Love my sleep. And if I have to wake up probably even for 7 a.m., I'm not happy. And 7 now is pushing it for me. So take that as you will. If I have a child someday, I'm sure I'll have to change my ways and reform. But for right now,
I was going to say, better get a dog.
Now, I've had dogs. And my dog became on my schedule because that's
Of
when you're getting
course.
put
But
outside.
like Charlie was more likely to be more reactive when he was younger. Now he's an old man and he's like, we're going with the flow. It's all good.
Yeah.
And
And he can
it's
hold his bladder.
nicer and it's, warmer. So we got a chance to have some time outside. So he's happy. So it's
Yeah,
all
now that
good.
I'm back living somewhere with 4 seasons, I don't think I can get a dog because God bless my dog when it's cold outside. You gonna have to fend for yourself and go and run on out there because I'm not coming with you.
The
So,
kicker is when the dog also doesn't like the cold.
yep.
Now, my dog loves the snow. Like he looks like a freaking reindeer. Okay. It's adorable. But when it's raining, oh, he doesn't like it when it rains.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I
that's
love I
funny.
love I love the diva dogs that are like paws wet. No, get someone else to do it.
Yes. All right, Ashley. So, pop culture is light. It is a light week. Okay. We're still gonna have a great show, but I think it's interesting because there's so much change going on. I've been saying this at work. I'm like, our micro is changing, but the macro is changing as well. So there's just all these moving parts. And usually pop culture comes through, but they've been going through it too. I mean, recovering from the fires, like um all the cuts and things. It's like it's we ain't got no reprieve unless, you pray, of course. But in terms of entertainment, it's just crazy. And speaking of cuts, our first headline, I'm looking at the Hollywood Reporter. Tiana, Disney Plus series shelved as Walt Disney Animation abandons long form streaming content. Ashley, it was first announced in 2020 that we were going to get a musical series featuring Disney's first Black princess, Princess Tiana. Anika Noni Rose was reprising her role, but it was announced earlier this month that it's going away. Anika recently shared her thoughts. That's why we're talking about it, because it was announced on March 3rd, but she spoke out this week. And she said that I too am deeply disappointed that the continuation of Tiana's journey in series form has been cut short. She noted how much time and beautiful work that had been put into the project, as hurtful as it is for anything you've put your heart and soul in, to be permanently ended. My hope is that when what is now to be a Tiana special event airs, that all you beautiful, loving, loyal fans who've been championing not just the series, but Princess and the Frog sequel tune in. Show your love and desire in numbers. Make the desire an undeniable and real thing. So there is a special that apparently is supposed to come out, but again, as on the business side, the Disney company decided to shelve it after its latest project, Win or Lose, that's available on Disney Plus. I guess it didn't do well. I guess they're just no longer prioritizing the long form episodic content. Ashley, do you feel like you believe Disney when on their reasons for canceling Tiana the series, or do you feel like they're just getting in line with the new federal government?
Oh, yeah, could be because this is the first you saying this. Like when I was looking prior to us hopping on the mic, I was like, "What's the rationale behind it?" I didn't see it, and so to hear they're supposed to get rid of long form content, is that going to impact Marvel and Star Wars
Listen,
series?
they have been stuffing Star Wars series down our throats.
Like
They are trying
I'm
to
doubting it.
recover on that investment.
Yes,
Goodness gracious.
milking every single penny out of Star Wars. But and I asked that too, not because I want those things to go away, but because,
True.
and I've said this as a critique of Disney Plus. Y'all can't keep me with a catalog of shit I've already seen. Like that does not keep my dollars as a subscriber. So it is an investment in
You're saying
new.
nostalgia can keep you so long.
Exactly. Like I don't need to pay a monthly fee on top of other monthly fees to rewatch Angels in the Outfield
Well,
or.
see, it is a safe channel for the most part, especially on the kids mode, where
And
it's
I get
like,
that
have at it.
for parents, sure, but there's still other options that parents have
Yeah.
too. That again, when you're talking about being, I remember when Disney Plus was first about to be coming out, my boss at the time when I was still in television was talking about how big of a bullseye they have on Netflix, how big of, they haven't made even a remote dent into the dominance that Netflix has. And I don't foresee them ever doing that if they don't put more of an investment into new content, and especially the way some of these other streamers are getting into it too, where hey, we're going to start dropping it weekly because that's the only
Right.
way to retain
Because that
people
all
to
at
our,
once is just not.
yeah, to our
And to
platform.
be fair, we are insatiable. We once you started dropping everything at once, we would binge it and then be like, when I'm getting some more.
And the
And
only
that's when we
people.
started having to wait for freaking 2-3 years.
Yeah, and yeah, that's a whole nother thing. And the only people who still can get away with just straight binges is Netflix, because again, Netflix be having stuff dropping left and right, right? And
Yes.
so but I mean, Disney Plus and Hulu is all Disney. So yes, Hulu, we're about to be recapping a Hulu series, so
Yep.
I'm sure they'll still make the investment on the Hulu side. But this is an interesting rationale. Back to your original question, and I do wonder if it has to do with trying to pull back on these
They've
DE and
been
I
they've been pulling
initiatives.
back on all the Onyx series. Speaking of Disney, what else is Disney? Hulu. Onyx was an umbrella where
Onyx
you had
Collective.
Unprisoned and you had How to Die Alone. All and for to Die Alone, there was a lot of possibility there. They could have allowed at least one more season. I think it was worth it, the investment, but they decided not to move forward with it. And it came shortly after the all the cuts we've been talking to of the macro that I was referring to earlier as well. It also made me look into the New York Times published this week that this new administration has banned hundreds of words, everything from BIPOC to accessible activism, Black and Latinx, DEI, what?
Ban them from what? Documentation, conversation.
Yes, it says agency within this felon's administration has flagged hundreds of words to limit or avoid, according to a compilation of government documents. These terms appear in government memos, in official and unofficial agency guidance, and in other documents viewed by the New York Times. So basically, they're removing it from public facing websites or just elimination from materials for training. This is
Mm,
crazy.
mm-hmm.
We out here selling Teslas and banning words.
Yeah. I mean, again, I wouldn't be surprised if Bob Iger is folding, caving to the um pressures of
A lot of
conforming.
media is, though. $40 million for a Melania documentary from Amazon. $14 million, I think he got. Where did he get that from?
Did you see The Apprentice is number 5 right now on Amazon Prime?
No
I
way.
saw that earlier and I was like, y'all are sick. Y'all are,
No way.
yes, yes. Because I was just watching the movie Picture This with our girl Kate Sharma from
Yes,
Bridgerton, Simone
yes, yes,
Ashley.
yes.
And that's when I saw it. I said, The Apprentice, number 5. What are we saying?
Y'all rigging something. Nobody cares about that show.
Sick. They're sick.
All right. Let's talk about some happy news. Doechii She is named Billboard Woman of the Year for 2025. It says the red hot rapper who won both a Grammy and an NAACP Image Award last month. So this is really cool. So when I was reading this article, I had no idea that she won the Rising Star back in 2023 for the Billboard's Women in Music event. And she's now the third woman to progress from the Rising Star to Woman of the Year, following Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande. Billboard says after receiving the Billboard Women in Music Rising Star Award in 2023, Doechii has quickly gained recognition in the music industry for her bold creativity and impressive talent. And this is from Hannah Caper, the editorial director of Billboard. With her gender blending sound, Doechii is redefining what it means to be a trailblazer in the music industry. We are honored to celebrate Doechii and cheer on her continued success. So this is so exciting. And also, for context, past winners or awardees of this award was SZA, Olivia Rodrigo, Cardi B, Billie Eilish, Selena Gomez, Madonna, Taylor Swift. So this is really exciting, Ashley.
Yeah, Doechii is having a moment, honey.
She is, and you know what? She is a star. Mm-hmm. And I say that because we're going to talk about it, but Paris Fashion Week is wrapping up, and guess who was one of my favorite? It's Doechii. Doechii the Don, Doechii the... I don't know all her words.
She's honestly the only person the algorithm pushed my way. I was like, oh, it was Paris Fashion Week? Yeah, I saw Doechii. Those are pretty much the only looks I saw.
But she was killing the looks that she did give, though.
Like, yeah, for sure. I'm just saying, like, I didn't even, it was like Doechii's out. I didn't even realize it was Paris Fashion Week. I just knew Doechii was out. that was it.
Yeah, and all her looks were fabulous. Any other thoughts on Doechii before we get into Paris Fashion Week?
No, I mean, congratulations, girl. So glad whoever fired you so you could live your best life out here.
Exactly. And shut up, haters, talking about she's an industry plant. This woman has chronologically showed us her life, where she was like, yo, I'm gonna be a star one day. Yo, I got fired. Yo, here are my freestyles. Anxiety was one of her freestyles during the pandemic, and now it's a full-fledged song played throughout all of social media. Y'all can save the industry plant BS. Like, it makes no sense. Who
has actually ever been proven to be an industry plant?
Thank you.
Like, I've heard this term now about Kevin Hart. You talking about Doechii? Right? I've heard about, like, what is it for real? Who has actually ever been proven to be an industry plant? Give me the list.
That new girl, is her name like Tay something?
I don't know these
Tay
kids.
McRae. She gives plant to me. Like, she gives Britney wannabe so bad. The only thing different is she's more classically trained than Britney was, but it's giving. The vocals aren't.
Is this the girl who supposedly was like she can do better choreo? Because I heard a debate on like Higher Learning about she supposedly can dance better than Britney, and Van was like,
supposedly.
Nah.
See, y'all that's the thing.
How Britney was back in the day.
She dances well, obviously, but no one's touching Britney at her height. Like,
Britney was the princess of pop. Reigning princess for a long time.
Slave for You, I remember where I was when that came out.
I don't remember where I was, but I remember being young and thinking like, ooh, I probably shouldn't be watching this, but I love it.
I know. First of all, as a Black person, slave for who? No, thank you.
Get it. What? Oh my God.
Fire. And then Toxic?
Not you. But I mean, we're not even talking about like for real. Like Britney, from Hit Me Baby One More Time to Oops, I Did
Yes.
It Again. I mean, and
And I
when
was
I say
with
I
her for
was not
Circus
even, I
too.
didn't even go deep into Britney discography, but she was undeniable. You know what I mean?
So true. Yes. Did Christina Aguilera sing better than her? Yes. But Britney had this ick factor and we ate that shit up. And
Yeah.
there's
Sprinkle a little Justin Timberlake on top at the time too, and it was like mic drop.
exactly. But yeah, this little girl likes to whisper on the microphone, and she has some cute songs. Her new song, Revolving Door, is interesting. The dance break is cute. Um, but I thought she was a plant.
I mean,
She
everybody
has
has
a
to be
sports
chosen
car.
from somewhere, right? Like,
Oh, and then she did this one video where she was practically naked. I was like, is this an episode out of Idol or is this real? Um, what was the name of that freaking song? I don't even I don't know, but like I said, she was basically naked. She was covering up her boobies with her arms and wearing the skimpiest bottom ever. And I'm like, this is a parody, right? No, she was actually, you know.
no, she's right on trend. That was gonna be one of the things I talked about for Paris Fashion Week. I saw a lot of nudity.
Did you?
Yeah, you didn't see all them sheer. I think it was like Madonna's daughter had on a sheer type
Oh
of
yeah, a
dress.
lot of nudity. Oh, it's
Yeah.
called It's Okay, I'm Okay. Song is ridiculous. Again, I thought it was a joke with the video and the song, but it wasn't.
Well, if
It
that's the
was.
case, then Carly Rae Jepsen back in the day seemed like that too. Hey, I just met you,
Oh,
and
who's
this
a
is
YouTuber
crazy.
from
Here's my
our
number.
remake? Our
Call me
remake.
maybe. I mean, catchy AF though.
It was. Um, who was that girl? Allison Ray. Is that her name? You remember when we recapped this show? They remade our show from the 90s. Freddie Prince Jr.
Oh, she's all that.
She's all
So you're talking
that,
about
but
he's all that.
he's all that. Yeah. That young girl is
Yeah, I
giving
haven't really
industry plant.
seen her in
Addison
a
Ray.
while. Yeah, I haven't seen
Addison,
her.
because she's making music. Her last single is called freaking Pepsi. Oh my God, to get older, right? And be like, is this how people felt when Britney was big? I don't
By the
know.
way, speaking of, we haven't talked about it on the mic. The fact that the young man who started that with her, as well as
Yes.
the one of the young ladies from Cobra Kai, are
Cobra
engaged. I
Kai
was like,
in real
bro,
life.
where did this come from?
It
Who
felt like it
knew?
came out of nowhere.
Yes,
Um,
it's the one who plays. Oh, I'm blanking on his name. Not
his
Johnny,
name
but
is Daniel LaRusso.
yes, yeah. So Daniel's daughter
Yes.
that on the series is engaged to,
Samantha.
yes, Samantha is engaged to the young man, not
Robbie Keane.
thank you. I was gonna say, but not what's the Hispanic dude's name that she's dating on the show?
Miguel.
Yeah, not Miguel, the other one. I haven't watched Cobra Kai in a little bit. My
I'm
mind has
looking
gone
them up
blank.
on Google. That's how I know. But yeah, Tanner Buchanan is
Yes.
engaged to Mary Mauser. I would not have thought to put them together, but close proximity does the damn thing.
Yeah, because also there's a couple with the one dude with the faux hawk, the mohawk, and
No. Who?
Tori. They're together.
No way.
Yes. Yes.
Is it Eli?
Yes.
Okay. They're all the same age too. They're all in their 20s. Oh, final season out now.
Yeah, I have not been able to keep up with Cobra Kai over the
I
last
have
couple
not
seasons.
either. Because it just felt too violent for teenagers. I'm just like, are we really
Girl.
kicking ass like that?
But once they started trying to kill each other, I said, this is too much for me. Y'all
Yeah.
are in high school.
I'm like, I got too many grown folks problems when we watching teenagers try to kill me.
Exactly. And then these adults influencing this horrible behavior.
Yes.
You know that we getting
awful.
old, because this is what I say all the time. Like, we getting old because I can't even, baby, where are your parents? Sit down somewhere.
Who raised you?
Yeah.
All right. Paris Fashion Week. Did you have some faves? Who were some standout looks, celebrities? Love to know.
I took a look at like E's photos from Paris Fashion Week to try to see, because again, I feel like the algorithm was only pushing Doechii at me. I mean, I love some black looks. Like it was Diane Aragon in one black look I really liked at one point as I was browsing through. You know who shocked me? Adrian Brody at a Lacoste show. He just looked so clean. I was like, I don't know if it's the picture, if it's the fit. It was like this cream sweater, cream slacks. I was like, Adrian, you're doing something to me. And I don't know what it is, but this is just such a clean, well-tailored, beautiful look. Um, Trying to think if there's anybody else again besides Doechii, because to your point, I did think Doechii looked great in every ensemble that I saw her
I
in.
mean, Chloe. I mean, she showed up and showed out, and I loved it because it was like character driven in some way. Like she was meeting the persona for each designer, killing it.
Yes, 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 yes. I don't like some of these looks that I saw, like I said, that seemed very, very naked.
Mm-hmm.
It's yeah, like even looking at Madonna's daughter, like you basically have on a sheer bodysuit and a thong and nips out. I don't get it. Doesn't feel high fashion to me, but
You're
to
like,
each
it
their
feels
own.
naked.
It just feels like somebody just put together a cloth and threw it on you. I don't see like the fashion in it, but it could just be
Yeah.
me. But yeah, I mean, you know, Zendaya, she's not around to really
No.
wow me.
Yeah.
Some of my top tiers, even Blake Lively in her time was not around to just like wow me. Mindy Kaling, some couple cute looks. But
Yeah.
yeah, nobody was just, except for Doechii, was just like, yeah, fire for
Yeah.
everything.
And it's so funny that you say that because Doja Cat, when she first started being a fashion girly, used to like, wow, she showed up and she sat next to Doechii at the Schiaparelli show, but I felt like Doechii took it.
Hmm.
It was like the hair, the makeup, and then of course the melanin was popping. Um, I'm just going to talk about the shows that I enjoyed the most. So Tom Ford, Tom Ford, Tom Ford, Tom Ford, fire, fire, fire. Huge fan of Schiaparelli. And then I really enjoyed Alaya. I don't know if I said her name right. Not her, but the name right. Um, that was an interesting show. A lot of circular situations. But back to Tom Ford. I love a good tailor suit. I'm
Yes.
just here for it. All men and women, thank you very much. Like this one model in particular, black suit, red lip, slick back hair. That's I love all of that.
Tom
Um,
Ford and Sergio Hudson are like my dream two designers if I ever have enough money.
Sergio,
Those are
absolutely.
my two, because they really know how to make clothes to fit the body well, but also I like their
Agreed.
pieces.
Same, same. All right, let's go ahead and get into our hot topic. We got two this week. I really don't want to talk about it, but we're going to do it anyway because this is what we were talking about when we first found out she was pregnant by this man. I'm
Hate to be
talking
right.
about
Hate to be
whew,
right.
Halle Bailey is in the news this week because her baby father, DDG, decided to get on these internets and say that he was not allowed to see his son. Mind you, she snaps all the time. I'm not on that app personally, but apparently she's very active. And she hadn't been very active recently because her and her son, Halo, are sick with RSV. Ashley, This man, again, went online, Beyonce's internet, and he had time to write, record, and post a song about not being able to see his son. My question to you is, why didn't he take the time to call a lawyer?
Mm-hmm.
Because in my mind, she's taking care of a sick baby. She is sick. She probably doesn't want another element into the equation, especially if he might have something the boy can get and make his situation worse. Or she probably just don't want to get him sick. That's also an option. But it's like when y'all break up, you lose access to me and my time with our son. I'm sorry. Talking about I wanted to take care of him and be there. It sounds like you want to be there when you want to be there, not when you're actually needed. And she said we were good. Catch you later.
I hate this for her.
It is so embarrassing. It's like he's trying to annihilate her character.
I just think he's immature.
Yes,
I just think he's immature. Like, you're asking the question that any rational adult would ask. If you want to see your son more, get a lawyer, go to court, and file for joint custody. This is not my problem. This is not something the internet is going to be able to fight for you. And you talking about you didn't ever say anything before because you were trying to protect her image. Again,
why are you
file them papers for joint custody and keep it moving. This ain't my business. I don't care.
Y'all kept this secret the entire time, guessing like somehow pregnant. No, you can keep this private.
I hate that I don't like this young man because I don't know him personally or any other way. But
it's just that his
actions
is toxic.
Irritate me. I'm like, where are his parents? Like, where's his family? I get that he got popping on YouTube and all this stuff, and he's an artist, so he has the right to Taylor Swift it up as he so chooses. Because that's the thing. You know, if you date an artist, yeah, they may put out some music and talk about you, but don't get mad if Halle ends up putting out her songs.
And it might actually do something on the charts. Sorry. I remember when they started the whole co-parenting thing post breakup, announced to us the world. He went on, I think, Kai's channel, and she was like, I didn't consent for my baby or whatever. She retracted that. You know what I mean? Because apparently he didn't like how she spoke out against it or whatever. But where's the courtesy for her? You know what I mean? You're going to write an entire song, and the song is trash, y'all. I only listened to it for the podcast. As a personal in my life, like personally, I would have just scrolled. When I saw he wrote a song, I just kept scrolling like, nope. No.
Yeah, I haven't heard not a note.
For this conversation, I'm like, okay, let's see what this man has to say. And I regretted it immediately. Okay. Immediately. Oh my gosh. I hate this
for her. It's very disappointing. And I'm sad that things have worked out in a way that I feared they would work out for her in her personal life. But again, she has said she didn't really want me in her personal life. So I will continue to have that energy and just hope for the best.
I mean, she hasn't said anything about it, but I just wonder if she's like at home pulling at her dreads, like, oh my God, you see what this man did.
Well, I'm sure her and Chloe have had many conversations about this scenario. Maybe they'll talk about it on tea time one day. But till then.
But
I mean, she didn't want me in her business with the pregnancy, so I've kept that same energy.
That is what
Her,
I'm
I mean,
saying.
her and Kiki, I love them both, but I stay out of their personal lives now. Love y'all.
Same. Same.
Do what y'all gonna do.
Exactly. All right. Our final hot topic, With Love by Meghan Markle or Megan Sussex. The ratings are in. I'm looking at people.com, and they said that she amassed 2.6 million views and 12.6 million hours watched since the debut. And in the UK, it was in their top 10. Of course, it was. And what I found, Ashley, is there is a lot of hateration for this show. This was a hidden gem for me for our recap that was released earlier this week. Shout out to the 6888. I enjoyed it. It's giving luxury. As I mentioned, it's Martha Stewart vibes. She's a duchess, so the idea of her having nice things isn't far-fetched for me, but apparently it is for a lot of white women who are criticizing her show. It's in the critiques, there's a lot of, oh, she's inauthentic, oh, the show is boring, oh, she's out of touch. I find it very interesting, Ashley, because again, is it, is the world not ready for a Black woman to live a soft life?
I mean, I think people hate Megan for a lot of other reasons that have nothing to do with this show, and those feelings continue and will continue through any project she ever does.
But I think it's steeped in the fact that a half mixed woman got a prince from England. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I genuinely believe that's the main issue.
Yeah. I mean, I started watching just to talk about just the series. I started watching it. It's not going to be for me. It's not, it does, it can't, it's not going to hold my attention just because of what the show is about. Nothing to do with Megan herself. It's just, I'm not interested in watching how to make, um, you know, the multi-layered cakes and a balloon thing for a kid's party and just these things
Yes.
that from a content perspective don't hold my attention. But to your point, there are plenty of other people who have shows within this vein, lifestyle shows, all that sort of thing that don't reach this level of like, I guess, animosity, hate, whatever. Because I hadn't seen or paid attention to any reviews, but then for the sake of the podcast, just saw this lady, Tina Brown, who's a British American journalist who I guess has had a lot of negative opinions about Meghan over the years.
Tons.
And
Yep.
then,
She's one of the biggest haters.
yeah, and then saw that Variety said that the show is a Montecito ego trip not worth taking. And The Guardian called it toe curlingly unlovable TV. Like, damn. Uh, I,
I
I I would hate
I
to
think
be
it's
this
a
level of
hit
a
piece.
public figure.
I also feel like I genuinely think the crown has something to do with some of the backlashes that she gets from a industry perspective. I do think that.
Could be.
This one woman, this account, DB um Catted, I I don't know her account very well, but she wrote this piece. She's a Black woman, and one of the quotes that really stood out to me, and she has a whole Substack on her thoughts, but basically it's like, for some reason we enjoy watching Kim Kardashian eat a salad, but we can't watch Meghan make one. And I'm like, exactly. I It says Meghan Markle show critics don't think Black girls can be princesses. Black women aren't allowed to be soft. We're only supposed to serve. And I was like,
I mean, let's be fair though. The Kardashians have given a lot of juice in terms of entertainment. Let's not make it seem like we be sitting around watching them eat fucking salad. That's not remotely the
You
case.
do understand that we watch the Kardashians, not we, but I know for me and a lot of people watch it for the luxury.
Yes.
And that's why for me,
Now.
watching the show, her show is like on the same vein. Like I watch it for, we were talking about Le Creuset.
Yes, last time. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I get it. I'm not saying that there's not an attraction to luxury. That's one of the factors of even the Housewives series and all these things. Liking to see rich people do rich things is a thing. But what I'm saying is that that's not the easiest comparison, because there's a lot of drama in those series that feeds into people as well. Whereas this is light and fluffy and beautiful. The production is beautiful. The aesthetics are beautiful. We're watching Meghan get honey. We're watching Meghan pick berries. You know what I mean? Like it is a lifestyle show.
Yeah. But shout out to the show. It's PG. So after the first couple of episodes, I started watching it with my daughter. And she's like, Mom, can we watch the Meghan show? And I think it's the cutest thing. And after one episode in particular, she's like, Mom, I want to try Focaccia. I'm like, yes, baby, we can try Focaccia. It's so cute. I'm like raising you to be bougie. That's okay. This is coming from the kid who loves goat cheese ravioli. Okay. And when we used to make grilled cheese sandwiches, she would only eat it with Gouda cheese. So, because we don't do American here.
That always reminds me of She's the Man, when they had that cheese conversation. I don't know if you remember that from that movie.
In such a long time.
Yeah.
I have to see it again.
It was about trying to help with like Channing talk to Olivia, who he liked, and they had a conversation about cheese. It was very cute.
Oh, I'm gonna have to see that movie again. Get some nostalgia. All right, Ashley, that's all I got.
All right.
What are we recapping for next week?
We are going to talk about arguably the best show available on television.
It's phenomenal.
It's phenomenal. It will not let me go. It will not let me rest. It is all over my algorithm. It is all over my Google, all the things. And that is Paradise, guys, on Hulu, starring the Sterling K. Brown.
Yes.
Reunited with Dan Fogelman from This Is Us. He handpicked. He said, Jan Fogelman reached out to him. He said, I have a show that I'm working on, and I have you in mind. I want you to do this with me. Okay? No one else could have done this for me but Sterling K. Brown. I'm convinced. So I'm excited to dive into this. This series is 8 episodes available on Hulu. If you have not watched it yet, go ahead and binge it real quick so that you can come back and join us for this conversation. So looking forward to it. Can't wait.
All right.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. Share with everybody you know. We appreciate it. We'll be back with that recap. But until then, as always, be blessed.
Bye.